Hey Taurus, I hope today's finding you doing well. Welcome to Healing Truth Tarot. This is your general reading for November of 2024. Alright, heads up, there might be background noise. It's very nice outside where I live, and people are doing lawns and making a bunch of noise. So, I will try to speak loud enough for you to hear me, okay? Please do not forget to like, subscribe, and tap the notification bell. Takes about 3 milliseconds, and it is so appreciated. Thank you in advance. All right, let's go. Let's get going. Temperance. Knight of Swords. The Fool. Bottom of the deck, Queen of Wands. Okay. Oh my goodness, Spirit. All right, Spirit wanted the Hierophant. 3 Wands, 8 of Cups. All right, let's get started. Temperance. Finally, the energies have calmed down a little bit. Enough for you to be able to find some balance. You're learning how to temper your feelings. You have not been feeling as grounded as you would like to. And it's like no matter what you tried grounding, you tried breathing, you tried a meditation, you tried quiet time, you tried bubble baths, you tried listening to your favorite music, and you couldn't seem to pull your feet out of the muck. Okay? Again, energies have calmed down. Pluto is coming out of Capricorn and will be in Aquarius from November 18th or 19th, depending on where you are on the planet, until about February, March, April of 2044. There's conflicting information, so anywho, 20 years. It's a beautiful thing. All right, so plus it came out of retrograde. It came out of retrograde about 2 weeks ago, so that's part of what's helping your energy feel a little bit lighter around you. So Knight of Swords, there's movement, so movement through clarity. Knights accomplish a task, so you've been feeling obviously like you can't finish anything. It's like everything's hanging in the air all the time. Spirit was holding you back. Spirit wanted you to get some clarity on a few things. And I feel like you have, for the most part, gotten clarity on quite a few things. I also feel like the blockage has been acceptance of the clarity that you've received. So there are definitely some things that came to your attention and you just didn't want to look at them. And that doesn't make you a bad person, believe me. It makes you a human being. So if you want to accomplish your task, if you want to move ahead with your creations, if you want to change locations, end a relationship, start a relationship, anything that you are trying to create or manifest, there needs to be clarity on what needs to be tweaked or fixed or removed or walked away from. Okay? The Fool. Then you can take that leap of faith. And that's actually, just acceptance is everything. Noticing, acknowledging, and accepting. Those are the 3 main components of moving forward. We all got something to work on, folks. Each and every one of us. More than one thing, I assume. However, Once you are able to accept the thing that needs to be changed, you will be able to take that leap of faith. Because the only thing blocking you is you right now. The Hierophant speaks of tradition and blessings. Okay? Spirit says you are supported. No matter what it is that you want to do, you're supported. And you're also supported in your transitions. You're supported in your pain, when you're in emotional pain or even physical pain, you're supported during those times. Spirit wants to remind you of that. You are never alone in anything. So, tradition. Yeah, I feel like at this point you should go about things in a traditional manner. I mean, add your own twist to stuff, but take the traditional route for things right now. And you can do that while following your intuition. Okay? 3 of Wands. Hold on, I can barely see this. There he is. There she is. 3 of Wands. I see the threes as collaboration and cooperation. Whether that's inner aspects of yourself or if it's with other people. Does seem to be an issue of pride here. Pride is from the ego. You don't need your ego anymore. It's protected you up until now. Now you have Spirit protecting you from everything but your feelings. Everything but your feelings. Even if something happens that is not something you would prefer to happen. That's for a reason. There's a lesson in there. Or it's a blockage because it's not the path you're supposed to take, or it's not time to take that path yet. Okay? So anything that you want is for you. But you may have to go about it in a different way than you had originally started. So because we have the Hierophant and that's can be about tradition, maybe you started a project in a non-traditional way. Oh, thank you, Spirit. Spirit says that the issue of pride has caused the blockage because other people's advice was not taken. Now, everybody's not going to give you good advice. We already know that. That's not rocket science. But again, you have intuition. And you can work with your intuition and your intellect at the same time. Temperance can be speaking to the balance between your intuition and your intellect. So, you're going to be all right. You put your wish out there. And she's looking around for that wish. She's looking around for that manifestation or that creation. She's looking for which path to take right now. And I feel like that's you. Which path should I take? Because I feel like you have choices. We have the 8 of Cups. She's walking away. So there's something you need to walk away from, person, place, or thing, that you need to walk away from. But in order to do that, you have to acknowledge there's a problem. I don't know what other word to use. And then you have to accept that there's a problem. Knight of Swords, cutting through the BS. Spirit's saying the word freeing. To accept is freeing. To accept things the way they are and accept that you can't change other people is freeing. Because you are no longer held responsible for them. But you never really were held responsible for them. You felt responsible for them. And there's nothing wrong with that either. Time for you to transmute your own energy. Forget everybody else's energy. They'll find their own path. We do people a disservice when we try to fix them. Each of us has our own path. And some people are going to leave your life, or you're going to leave their life, because you're done teaching each other whatever you needed to teach each other. And these are part of your soul family, okay? But you have a new tribe coming in. All of us have a new tribe. This is a collective thing. All of us have a new tribe coming in. But you're not going to find your tribe sitting on your couch or in your favorite chair, right? You got to put yourself out there a little bit. You got to take a leap of faith, you guys. I know, it's hard to trust. It's hard to trust human beings. Because the truth is, just because you're having a spiritual awakening and you're vibrating at a higher level, that doesn't mean that trouble just goes away. That doesn't mean that people aren't going to hate, because they are. It doesn't mean people aren't going to gossip and BS you, because they are. More people are going to do that. But that's why the Hierophant's asking you to find a balance between your intuition and your intellect. Okay? You got this. You got this. People who hold negative, dark, dense energy are going to flock to you because your energy is lighter and higher and brighter. And they want what you have and do not know how to get their own. They don't know how to change themselves. They don't know how to lift their vibration. So they look to people with higher, that vibrate higher and shine brighter, because we are beacons to other people. Okay? Again, haters are going to hate. Always going to be haters. But at some point, you will vibrate on such a different level that the haters and you will never meet. You'll never meet. Not now, not soon even. But we will come to a point where the dark dense energies will be over here on their energetic side of the planet, and I don't mean literally side of the planet, and people on a spiritual path, people who have ascended to a higher spiritual level, will be on their side of the energetic planet. Okay? But right now, we got to deal with the haters, guys. You'll be okay. You know, honestly, Spirit says at some point you'll get so used to dealing with the haters that it'll just roll right off you. It'll bounce off you. Whatever negativity they bring will just bounce off you. 7. 7 of Cups. I'm going to show it to you, then I'm going to read it to you. Can you see that? Look at all those cups. Choices. Step back from everything to gain perspective. Perspective. Daydreams, illusions, choices, fantasy, loss of control, escapism, promises unfilled. So, this is why Spirit's talking about balancing your intuition with your intellect. And this is for some of you. Someone has offered you something and they have not been forthcoming with it. You already know that they're full of crap. You already know this. There's that acceptance. You did acknowledge it, but you're having a hard time accepting it because there's a form of attachment to this person, whether it's to them physically or emotionally or even sexually. There's an attachment somewhere. But they promised you stuff and you didn't get it. And Spirit wants to tell you you're not going to get it, but you already know that. So, taking a leap of faith and walking away is the best choice you could ever make for yourself, because you're doing you now. You're not doing everybody else. Never going to please anybody, not in the way that they want to be pleased, no matter what you do. Doesn't matter who it is. You please you. And once you do that, we have the 4 of Wands, the happy home. Family, happy home. Be ready for the opportunity you've worked for. Celebration, stability, home, rest, cleverness, beauty, romance, mirth, milestones, community. Say community. Your soul tribe is coming. And it's going to come in 1s and 2s. It's not for the most part, I'm not seeing it just all at once. Oh my gosh, you're part of this great big huge community of like-minded souls, right? That would be beautiful. But you have a job to do on your path towards this new tribe. And by the way, you can acquire new members of your soul family. There's nothing written in stone that the soul family you came here with has to stay your soul family. You can acquire new soul family members, and you can also let go of soul family members. They'll still be your soul family member, but you two will just be done. There won't be any more interaction. Spirit's really harping on the interaction and harping on the you taking care of you. You're doing too much for other people. And I'm being told that you are trying so hard for people to see what you're talking about, for people to understand what you're talking about. Some people do understand what you're talking about and just don't care. They're not on the ascension train with you. They're not on a spiritual journey like you are, not in the way you are. And some people just don't understand what the hell you're talking about. So, you're going to be okay. This is all going to come together. Take your time to think before you act. Page of Swords, messages. So it says to think before you act. Swords is about clarity again. So there's information that you need before you can really move forward. Again, information you need to acknowledge and accept. I'm sorry, I'm just relaying the message. I know my spirit guides repeat themselves. Truly. Page of Swords. Take your time to think before you act. Restless, energetic, talkative, eager, curious, aggressive. Now Now the page can represent somebody who's young and childlike. Especially with that talkative and restless, curious. So, but Spirit's asking you to stay curious, to ask questions before you act on something. Do your due diligence. Ask questions before you act on something. First of all, ask yourself, how does this make me feel when I think about doing it? If you're like, meh, probably not for you. Don't settle. Spirit says don't settle. Don't settle for something that you know you can do. Reach for something that you've never done before. But ask questions first of yourself and of anyone else that's involved. Do your research, you guys. King of Swords. And that is the energy that you are headed towards once you acknowledge and accept. Think things through from all perspectives. Precision, articulate, truthful. Speak your truth. Cautious. Design and plans, controlled but determined. Yeah, there's that intuition, or there's that traditional message that was coming through. Controlled but determined. And part of being in control is asking questions. All right, let's look at our Heaven and Earth Tarot, guys. My Taurus sisters. Magician. The Devil. Temperance again, so confirmation. And the Lovers. That's about balance and relationships. All right, so the Magician. Again, time for you to transmute your own energy. You are a master alchemist. Transmuting one energy form into another energy form. This is you. So the more that you focus on the BS that people are giving you, the more BS you're going to bring around. You are meant to take your traumas and dramas from your past or even your present and transmute those into something useful to you, and in return it will be useful to other people. Sorry, saw me spit. Don't know what's up with that. The devil. So that's just reiterating and confirming that there's some things that you need to let go of. And it's not necessarily a person. It could be a behavior. It could be an addiction. It could be anything. But there is something that you're holding on to. I feel like it's a person or a behavior. For the most part. And that's not for everyone. Take what you need and leave the rest, guys. Alright, so temperance. Keep that balance. Find that balance. And the lovers. This, again, is speaking to a balance in your relationships, but mostly, first and foremost, a balance in your relationship to you. The many sides of you. For some of you, you are struggling to accept that you have a dark side, or a shadow side, or a negative side, whatever word you want to plan on that. You're struggling with that. Well, for crying out loud, honey, if you weren't a human being, you wouldn't have that. That's part of what being human is. We need the contrast. If we know what we don't want, we know what we do want. Now, we are moving towards figuring out that, oh my God, that felt so good, let's do that again, as opposed to, oh my God, that was awful, I don't want to do that again, let's try something else. We're moving out of that energy. It's going to be a while before we get out of that energy because we still need contrast. But that's what we're moving towards. That's part of what this ascension is about. Existing without the need for contrast. Existing without the need of things that feel awful. And immediately embracing the things that feel good. And that is part of transmuting negative, dark, dense energy into an energy that's lighter and shines brighter. But you're still shining brighter than you have been in a long time. I don't think you have ever shown this bright, to be honest with you. I don't think any of us has. Well, some of us. But for the masses in general, we are shining very brightly. And it is the brightest light we have ever emitted in the history of humanity. You are part of something huge. One person at a time, baby. All right, let's pick some from our Starry Bunny. I love this deck. I love my bunnies. Okay, the Empress. Bum, bum, bum. I sound like Blue's Clues. Okay, Page of Wands. Two of Wands. Poor bunny. And the High Priestess. Perfect. On the bottom of the deck is the World. Coming full circle, folks. We didn't see what was on the bottom of our Heaven and Earth Tarot. It is the Princess or Page of Cups. So we have the Page of Swords and the Page of Cups. Cutting through the clarity, or cutting through the BS for the clarity, brings you that emotional. It resonates with you emotionally. It makes you feel better. And what was Spirit saying before? Freeing. Freeing. Acceptance. The Empress. Empress is the embodiment of all of the queens. Okay? Confidence, compassion, nurturing, good with money, stable emotions. That's you. That's and the High Priestess is the energies you're moving into. High Priestess also uses her intuition. You got Temperance twice. 2 Temperances and a High Priestess. 2 of Wands. The Moon. Yeah, some things are still hidden. Some things are still hidden some things that need to be dealt with. And they're not necessarily hidden from you, but I think that what is hidden from you is very likely how you really feel about it. Because you don't want to go there. But you have to go there. It's not going to hurt as bad as you think it is. It's going to suck, but it's not going to hurt as bad as you think it is. And as soon as you can accept it, as soon as you can accept how it feels, and that you are feeling it, allow yourself to feel that, then you can move forward. And things will be illuminated. To me, the little bunny is waiting for something. Waiting for information. And the Page of Wands. Oh my goodness, we got pages, we got a Page of Wands, a Page of Swords. I think we had a Page of Cups. Princess of Cups, yeah. Let me see. Oh, she was on the bottom. Princess of Cups. So we got 3 out of 4 pages, sorry. Page of Wands. A message to help you move forward. Wands are about movement. Fiery movement. So whether it's a message from another human being, or a message from your higher self, or a message from Source, God, Jesus, a message from your spirit team, you will receive a message. So pay attention, because it's going to appear to be hidden, like you're not going to see it right away, but in retrospect, you're going to understand it. Something is going to happen that's going to make you understand that message. It's going to flash in your head and go, oh, I get it now. Now I see. But Spirit does want me to relay a message before we pick up the Oracle cards. All of this stuff you're going through, all the stuff you've been through is preparing you for this moment. It has prepared you, not because to make you strong. I'm never going to tell you that. That is such BS. You are breathing, therefore you're strong. It has prepared you for this spiritual awakening. And it has prepared you to become the spiritual person, the person with the level of spiritual knowledge and spiritual energy that you wanted to be when you were in soul form. You planned all this. Whatever you went through, you chose to go through it for a reason. You chose it to become who you are right now. And you right now are a better version of who you were before. And you're going to keep getting better. Let's pull some room oracles. You're doing a great job, you guys. My Taurus says this. All right, TAURUS. You can take a screenshot of that. Hopefully you can read it. All right, let's see what it says. Honor, justice, leadership, and authority, analysis, rationality, knowing where one's true strengths lie, willingness to self-sacrifice. Okay, I'm not seeing the self-sacrifice part right now, but I am seeing the knowing where one's true strengths lie. That is what you're finding out. You're finding out that you're much stronger than you thought you were. Much stronger. All right, Sacred Geometry Oracle. Now these cards tend to deal with root chakras, or chakras, period. All right, soul time. This would be your crown chakra. Soul time. I will read it. The frequency of soul time asks us to allow the possibility of a new reality to emerge. Crown chakra. So work on your crown chakras. Work on opening up that chakra to spirit. One that embraces the concept that while the corporeal body is mortal, the soul is timeless, limitless, and infinite. So in other words, when you're done with this, this experience on this planet, you still exist. Just in a different place, in a different space. Spirit says to tell you that you also can exist in a different place, in a different space while you're breathing. It's a beautiful thing, people. All right, yeah, I speak English. Sacred Traveler. Oh, sheesh. Finding Sanctuary. Opening to your spiritual source. So that just goes with our where'd we go? Soul time. That goes with our soul time card. So you are definitely being urged to work with the crown chakra, which is receiving from source. What do the angels have to say? Ground yourself. Well, that is just so funny because Taurus energy is grounded energy. And I think the sorcerer or spirit said something about that you're struggling to ground earlier in the reading. Yeah, ground yourself. When you detach from awareness of your body and the physical world, you become ungrounded. Although it's pleasant to float heavenward, your attention and work are needed upon the earth. We're helping you balance the spiritual and material so that you can enjoy a fulfilling earthly life. Right. So temperance twice. We got temperance twice, you guys. Temperance. Temperance twice. Balance. And our new thing that we're doing just for the monthlies is a card from the Love Angel Oracle. Show us some love, angels. True love. This is the romance of a lifetime. True and lasting love is here for you. Screenshot that. Okay, so there has been a relationship, as an intimate relationship vibe going on with most of the signs, and you guys are no different. Because for some of you, this balance that you need to find, or this acceptance that you need to find, has to do with an existing relationship. And for some of you, the person that said that they were going to do this, that, and the other and hasn't, is your partner. They're your partner in some way, shape, or form. But for the most part, I'm feeling the romantic form. There's somebody else. If your present person cannot produce the things that they say that they are going to produce, it doesn't make them a bad person, but they're not the person for you, and they probably don't even realize that. Spirit says to start setting some boundaries. Draw a line in the sand. If you cross the line, this is going to happen. If you cross the line, that's going to happen. Set your boundaries. And some of you are going to have to experience the pain of walking away from your person. Because in reality, they're not your person. Whatever you needed to learn from one another, it's done. You've learned your lessons. And again, when we sit around and we feel awful for how something we do that is good for us makes somebody else feel, in the long run, the best thing that you can ever do for somebody else is walk away when it's time to walk away. Because they need to start walking their own path instead of depending on somebody else to ride along with somebody else on their path. If your paths aren't the same path, if your paths aren't parallel to one another, or if you're not on the same path, then this is not your person. You are supported. Thank you, Spirit. You are supported by your spirit team. Ancestors especially. Spirit says to tell you your ancestors are supporting you. There's someone better for you. There's somebody that is yours, that is for you. Okay? All right, you guys. I hope you have a fantastic November, and I will see you at the weekly reading, which I will be putting out on Monday the 4th. Okay? Have a beautiful, beautiful day. Much love and many blessings.